Good evening, hunters. I've got some news for you. The details for Season 5 of Monster Hunter Now. Season 4 brought the thrilling debut of Tigrex, Kieran, and more, but its finale is fast approaching. Should be about 17 days at this point. As spring arrives, so does Season 5, The Blossoming Blade, kicking off very soon. And who do we have as the flagship of this season? None other than my old enemy, Glavenus. I'm loving this key art, and I'm loving that Sword and Shield is getting its time to shine. More details on that later. But before Season 5 even begins, Chatacabra from Monster Hunter Wilds is dropping in Monster Hunter Now on February 28th with the launch of Monster Hunter Wilds. So we can slay this lint-licking lizard frog in both Now and Wilds. And after that, Glavenus and another monster, Arzuros, are making their debut with the drop of Season 5. That's definitely not all that's dropping, but for some reason they didn't want to reveal all of it to me. I have seen leaks, but I don't discuss leaks on this channel, so I won't be talking about any of the other monsters, but there are more coming. And as previously announced, several weapon types and skills are about to get enhanced with the drop of Season 5. Plus, we'll have a few new features, including a system that for a short period of time will allow us to trade materials. And the reps from Niantic, when we do these meetings, are very tight-lipped about details, so they're not going to reveal anything that they shouldn't. So I'm going to tell you a few things that I took notes on. For example, this material trading system will be a sort of like carnival pop-up shop that will go away after, I don't know if it's a week or a month or something like that, but we will be able to use like a carnival style ticket to exchange materials. That's all the details that they gave us, but essentially it's like if you're looking for Monster Bone Plus, or if you're looking for like Dragonite ore or Carpenter Bug, I know is an issue for a lot of you hunters, you'll be able to earn tickets, I guess, through hunting monsters to trade to that supply depot carnival thing, and then you'll be able to get those materials in exchange for those tickets. That's pretty sick, dude. So if you are someone who is, stuck at home or disabled or something and you can't get out that often, this will be clutch for you. This feature is set to drop on March 17th with the 1.5 anniversary of Monster Hunter Now. And yep, I just read, the tickets will be coming from hunts. But this is a detail I'm reading on my press release that did not get mentioned exactly in the meeting, but examples of the exchangeable materials, it says, are item box expansions, weapon refining parts, armor refining parts, and wyvern gem shards. Excuse me? So you're saying we can earn through gameplay item box expansions? You're joking. Thank you, Niantic. But anyway, let's take a step back. That is like midway through Season 5 or a couple weeks into Season 5. It's on March 17th. Let's roll back to the Monster Hunter Now and Monster Hunter Wilds collab, because we have footage and gameplay of Chatacabra and the armor for Chatacabra. So this is what Chatacabra is going to look like in Monster Hunter Now. It looks really sick. Watch out for his tongue sweeps. They're really telegraphed, but it's gonna knock you off your feet. In Wilds, he's pretty dang easy. All of his moves are really telegraphed, and it looks like that is happening in Monster Hunter Now as well. Super telegraphed moves. However, it looks like he hits relatively hard, and he's really tanky. Like, it looks, at least in this footage, that the HP is not going down super fast, but it looks like every one of his attacks, or almost all of his attacks, are like really forward based. His charge that he just did, he's got his big up punches and stuff. So as long as you get behind him, he shouldn't be a problem. I'm sure there will be some kind of counter to just hitting him from the back, but most of his attacks look like they're coming from the front. So just watch out for that butt wiggle and that giant jump slam, and then punish him when you are able to. Also, in my news video about this, I was confused a little bit because it said that the Chatacabra will only appear in the desert area for the duration of this event, but no, it means, and I got confirmation from Niantic, Chatacabra will only appear in desert habitats. That's it. Chatacabra's armor looks like this. We still have the male and the female. In Wilds, you can actually mix and match between the gendered equipment. You can't do that in Monster Hunter Now, but it might be something that comes in the future with, Wilds' popularity. I play as a male character though, and more ninja masks are A-okay in my book. I really like Chatacabra's armor. It looks really solid. And Chatacabra's new skill is called Litheness. The definition of that is the quality of being flexible, essentially, but even when asked, they refused to tell us what the skill actually does. So I don't know what Chatacabra's armor skill will be, other than it's called Litheness, and it has to do with flexibility, or being supple and graceful. Also, we got a storm coming in over there, so it's about to get really dark in here, just so you know. But along with the collab, we get the Hope armor, which looks like this. I already talked about it in another video, but now I have the actual, like, screenshots from the game. And this is what the sacred armor officially looks like in the game. The representative from Niantic that I was talking to said that they spent a very long time and a lot of effort getting the physics right for this sacred to move around the way it does. So I'm really excited to see how this silly but amazing layered armor looks. I hope it's super duper bouncy like the balloon that it looks like it is. I'm really thankful that they're leaning into Monster Hunter's humor. But along with the Hope armor, we're also getting all of the Hope weapons. We will get 12 different tickets to forge 12 different weapons with the launch of Monster Hunter Wilds, along with 500 item box expansions, all as a gift for the collab event too. But all of the Hope weapons will be only raw, completely raw weapons, and they said that the growth for this will actually be expedited. So they'll all start at level 3 and they will grow faster than normal in terms of like upgrading. But that actually brings me to the flagship of this season, Glavenus. Glavenus is a T-Rex style monster with a great sword for a tail that was originally debuted in Monster Hunter Cross or Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. I have a full playlist there if you want to go watch my rivalry with this monster and my playthrough GU in general. I was trying to get it done before Wilds, but there's no way I'm going to be able to. It is fire element and it is weak to water and dragon. And the minimum star level for them to appear on the map is 5, so it's going to be a strong monster. And he won't be there from the beginning. You'll have to unlock him through a specific story quest in Season 5. But since it's a flagship, it won't be able to be tracked in the monster tracker, and it will be in Hunt-a-thons just like Mizutsune and Zinogre. But it does say that it will appear at low numbers on the field. And the reason that the Hope weapons brought me here is because Glavenus's signature skill for its set is Raw Power. And what it does is, your weapon affinity will decrease, but your raw power will increase. So this is actually going to be sick for raw weapons and players that like to play with raw weapons and critical ferocity builds, because it can lower that negative affinity even farther. So raw damage enjoyers, rejoice. And Glavenus's armor looks sick. It's like Lord Zed from Power Rangers is always what it reminds me of. I'm super excited to wear this, and I'm glad that the skill is different, because I generally don't like Glavenus's skills because I'm like a dual blader usually in the mainline games, but raw power is a pretty sick one. Although dual blades still are gonna probably be better as elemental. But Glavenus will use its tail to swipe down at you forward, sideways. It'll do like bites similar to Anjanath. It will put its tail in its mouth and literally heat up and sharpen it at the same time. And it'll hop back and do this like big sweeping spin. But if you see it hop back and put its tail in its mouth, then it's gonna do this enormously damaging sweeping spin that you do not want to get hit by. But it also has a ton of fire breath attacks, so watch out for those. He's relatively slow, but you can definitely get caught by one of these fireballs if you are underestimating him. But other than his like charge up sweeping spin, his other signature attack is this giant jumping tail slam, and it looks like he does it twice. I don't know if that's every single time. In World and GU, he would do it once, and then sometimes he would do it twice, so he'd do his big jump, and then he'd follow up with another tail slam. So just be vigilant, be aware of that. It looks like his combo will be knock you down with a fireball, jump back, do his giant jumping tail slam. That's how he's gonna try and get you. The other monster revealed is Arzuros, and it completes the trio of like bare-bodied monsters. A lot of us who are veteran hunters were like, hey, where's Arzuros when Volvidon and Lagombi came out, because they all share a body type, and Arzuros was technically the first one that you ever encounter in Monster Hunter with that body type. So it was weird that it was missing, but the other two were here. But now, ya boy is here. But Arzuros is relatively easy in the mainline games, but the rep from Niantic kept talking about how like tough he was and how difficult he was, and I don't know if he was just like being like Tails from Giddy Fox Gaming with Bonboro and be like, you're doing your best, Bonboro. You're so difficult. Yeah.
What's up, buddy? How you doing, you big fluke? Oh man, I love Banbaro. What a good monster. Banbaro's great. Look at him. He's so cute. Look at that beaver.
Or if it was really something that's going to be like a super challenge to us, like how freaking Apex Arzuros was in Rise. He dropped in and just wrecked everybody. That was such a fun time to be playing Sunbreak. Technically it was Sunbreak, not Rise, but I consider them like the same game. But Arzuros moves very similar to Lagombi and Volvidon with its claw swipes and stuff. It also has jumping charges and just running charges. It does a lot of like frontal attacks, but it will turn around and swipe at you if you're behind it for a long time. But I don't think this is going to be that hard, to be honest with you. Like, we've been hunting Lagombi and Volvidon this whole season of Season 4, and this move's very similar, and it's a relatively low monster, but maybe it's super hecking tanky. Either way, it's trackable on the monster tracker, and will most likely be the first monster that we have to slay in the story for Season 5. Season 5. No dominoes. Leave me alone! But ecology-wise, Arzuros just wants to chill and eat honey. He's a honey badger, honey bear, mixed together, and just wants to vibe. If he's attacking you, he just thinks you're trying to take his honey. His armor looks like this. It's really like mountain man or like Himalayan kind of style. I really like it. It's super cool. I'm just not a huge fan of like blue armors. And the female has these like cute little ears sticking out to the side. Really cool. Arzuros is weak to fire, poison, paralysis, and sleep. The lowest level it can be on the field is 2 stars, and its armor skill is Shared Sword, which simply increases your attack power during a group hunt. So it's very similar to Hunter's Unity, but not from an Elder Dragon, now from a relatively base monster. Super sick. Like I said, there's more monsters coming, but I was not informed of them, and I'm not going to talk about them because I don't want to spoil you. Play the story and have fun unlocking them and seeing who's coming, because I'm extremely hyped. But you can hunt these monsters with the drop of Season 5 on Thursday, March 6th, 2025 at 12 a.m. UTC. And daylight savings time actually comes 3 days after this update, so we are still in technically EST when the update drops. So that means that for me, it's going to be 7 p.m. on the previous day. So Wednesday, March 5th at 7 p.m. Season 5 drops for those of us on the East Coast of the United States. Let's go get them, boys. Remember, with every season drop, we have 250 item box expansion slots free as a supply item drop. That's along with all of the other ones from Wild. So we are really expanding our item boxes recently for free. That's sick. But we'll also have a new season pass to grind down. And with the season pass comes more layered armor. These are called the Cosmopolitan layered armor, but it really gives me like a noir, detective, private eye kind of vibe, and I love it. I love noir films. So even though this is not my style at all, I will probably wear it at least for one episode and do like maybe a black and white episode or something. Let me know in the comments if you want to see that. A like noir style episode of a Hunter's Notes vlog. I'll have to solve some mystery. It would take a lot of work though, so just I guess now you're gonna tell me to do it. We also have like an all denim outfit, which I absolutely hate, but the Niantic rep said he really liked this, so I love that. I love that there are different styles for everybody because I'm not into all denim, but we got that. The darker denim does look a lot cooler in my opinion though. And then we've also got some really cool new additions, which are monster color palette themed outfits. So this one is Kulu for the male and female. That's really cool. Look at that. This is silly, but awesome. And this one is Tsitsiaku. This is so cool. I really love this. Tsitsi is very sporty. The Kulu is kind of giving me Trainer Tips vibes with his like more recent years look. Shout out to Trainer Tips. You're definitely watching this video. And as usual at the start of the season, some monsters will disappear from the monster tracker and the field. So you may want to not go through the story yet if you are hunting a specific monster because you can use the smaller roster to your advantage. The affected monsters are Radoban, Zinogre, Tsitsiaku, Odogaron, Basarios, Kezu, Mizutsune, Magnamalo, Rajang, Volvidon, Somnicanth, Tigrex, Pingrathian, Black Diablos, Azurathlos, Korobuke, and Nightshade Paolumu. That's a lot of monsters. And we're also getting a new type of quest separate from our story quests, monster unlock quests. It says completing these will allow monsters from past seasons to reappear on the field. So again, if you don't want these to come back, then don't do them. But that's really cool if you're like hunting down like maybe a Mizutsune or Zinogre, you'll probably have to go and do this quest for them to come back to the field. I like that. I like the versatility. It says it will also unlock most of these monsters for the monster tracker as well, but there are some exceptions. And it says stay tuned for more details, but I did get a juicy drop from the Niantic rep that one of the new features coming with the 1.5 anniversary is a new feature that is going to allow us to track subspecies. That's dope. But that will be coming later during Season 5, not at the launch of Season 5. But it also says that there's a new feature coming that will allow you to target specific monsters that you want to find on the field. It says, making it easier to spot a monster you want to target on the field. Cool. Maybe tracking. That would be cool. Like, we already have like the monster tracker, but maybe like, I don't know, if we do like an AR scan, then we'll be able to track a monster in the field. I don't know, bro. Gotta get that CIA info somehow, you know? Next up, weapon improvements and a message from the development team. For this round of skill and balance adjustments, our primary goal is to improve the overall balance between weapon types while addressing key issues each weapon has faced. We've also taken community feedback from social media and forums into account, particularly regarding usability improvements. Skill adjustments will be implemented ahead of the Season 5 release. Sick, ahead of the release, that's awesome. Some key adjustments they made are to Sword and Shield. It says the attack performance with Sword and Shield is being enhanced, making it easier to target breakable parts. Cool. And it also says that the Perfect Rush, the special, is actually getting boosted if you tap at the right times. So now it's going to be a little bit of a mini game for y'all Sword and Shield mains to tap at the correct times, which is what I thought it would have been at the beginning, but you really just got to like tap through it. Now, if you hit the timing right, you get damage boost. Nice, dude. And the next one is applicable to Sword and Shield, but also other guardable weapons, guard improvements. It said that previously higher level skills provided minimal benefits, and what they mean is there was no benefit to getting guard like really high up because the damage would still like hit through it a ton. So it says this adjustment will increase the damage reduction of the guard skill as it gets higher. So guard level 5 may do like 1 damage or maybe like 0 damage. I don't know. But that's really cool for y'all that guard a lot. But something else that the Niantic rep mentioned was that bow level 4 will be boosted. So if you get to charge level 4, your damage is going to be boosted. Nice. But the most important weapon upgrade is that dual blades will now have a flick down gesture to get out of demon mode. This happens to me all the time where I have my special charged, but I don't want to use it yet because it's like situational and I'm waiting for a roar or something, blah, blah, blah. But then my demon mode like runs out and then I have to weapon switch because you'll be locked for about 2 seconds to just like switch your weapons, and I get smashed by monsters constantly because of it. But now if my special is charged and I want to like get out of demon mode so I can dodge or like charge up my stamina again, I'll just be able to swipe down and get out of it at a whim. So that's really cool. I assume it means that like swiping up is going to be getting back into demon mode, but I don't know. Maybe it's swipe down both times. I'm not sure how it's going to work, but he just mentioned that it was a swipe down feature. Previously, you press the special button to go into and out of demon mode, and that is not an issue whatsoever if you don't have your special charged, but it basically made it to where you had to use your special as soon as it popped, and you couldn't do it tactically, or you could do it tactically and just like really hope that you don't run out of stamina before the roar or whatever you want to counter comes out. It was really, really frustrating, especially at the beginning, because now dual blades sideways dodge when in demon mode is like a lot more buffed. Like there's iframes to it, but when the weapon first launched, not only did it have the demon mode issue with the special, but also like any dodge other than the back dodge was like instant death. Like you might as well not even dodge. It was more of an attack than it was a dodge. So dual blades have been improved a lot over the course of the game. And with Season 5, we have a new Elder Dragon coming, but I don't know what it is yet. There was a Q&A where a couple creators and I got to ask some questions. I specifically asked about a few things, but the main one was rolling back weapons. Like, will we be able to dismantle our weapons and get our supplies back? He said that would be a capital B big feature if we were to do that, and there's no plans currently to do that because I get it, it's a lot, but no plans to roll back weapons. Another person asked about rolling back dimensional links the way they were, where, you know, we had like 1.5 circle around us where we could reach. That was really clutch, super awesome. I made a whole video about it. I was disappointed, but no plans to roll that back either. At least they heard us and they are aware of that, because he seemed like, yes, we know, you know. But he did say that they are constantly trying to figure out ways to make this more of a multiplayer game while like meeting in the middle. So at least they're trying to come up with ways to connect us, because he reiterated that Monster Hunter Now and Monster Hunter in general is a multiplayer game that is best played with multiplayer. But his best advice was to use Campfire to link up and have some paintball parties, order some pizza with your friends and have a paintball party. I personally have had paintball parties with my friends and it actually is really hecking fun, but we're all adults. This is an adult demographic for this game, so sometimes that's really hard to do. Another creator asked about the Elder Dragon roster growing and how that's going to become an issue, and even one of the other reps in the call was saying, yeah, I actually run into that issue because I'm grinding Kushala right now and it's hard. So at least they're also playing the game with us and they understand our plight a little bit, which is really cool. But again, he said use Campfire to talk to your local community and see where they are, but that's not really fast enough because, you know, it's only like a 20 something minute timer by the time you like find one and try to get there and walk there, you know. And I asked specifically about wide mode. I was like, okay, well, if you want us to use wide mode, then can you at least change it to where before the monster spawns, we can see what it's gonna be in wide mode, because then we can actually have enough time to get there and hunt it, because currently we only see Elder Dragon Interception or Huntathon and not the lineup for what it's gonna be. And speaking of Campfire, I didn't think about this at the time, but I should have asked about SOS flares. Like, in Pokemon Go, they have SOS flares that they shoot up with Campfire so that you can call other people to your area. Why the crap do we not have that in a game where like World had a specific system and Wilds has a specific system of SOS flares? Come on. If you watch this, Niantic, please give us the flare system in Monster Hunter Now. Just rip it straight from Pokemon Go. But what's missing from this season announcement? That's right. There is no new weapon this season. That is a huge disappointment to a lot of you. I very much know that. I'm sorry, we only have Insect Glaive and Hunting Horn left, and y'all are gonna be neglected for a while. I apologize, even though I didn't do anything. But I assume this is because they know that Wilds is going to be taking some people away from this game, and they want to wait for it to die down a little bit before they announce a new weapon, because if there's a new weapon that comes out now, they'll be like, oh hey, come on back to the game, your main is here. This is not information that I learned from Niantic, it's just my theory, like what I guessed. But speaking of main, if you want to support this channel, buy a shirt. This is my Rep Your Main weapon, and my two mains are Dual Blades and Hammer. Under the video, you'll find all the different mains in Monster Hunter Now in all sizes and colors, including, now finally, Heavy Bowgun and Switch Axe. So now all of the mains that are currently in Monster Hunter Now are available to buy. So if you want to rep your main while you're out playing, or if you're playing Wilds, then support the channel by buying one of my shirts. These icons are based off of the medals in Monster Hunter Now, so I'm gonna wait for Hunting Horn and Insect Glaive to come out before I put those out. I want the design to be similar and not just completely different, so I'm sorry for the mains that are missing. But that's it for Season 5 and the near future hunters. That's all the details I can give you right now. We're gonna be able to be cozy in our homes, playing wilds together, and then we can go out and exercise in the world playing Monster Hunter Now. I love that balance. I love Monster Hunter. Let me know what you're most excited for in this season, and if you're disappointed about no new weapon, then please leave as many crying emojis in the comments as possible. Thanks so much to my channel members, especially my G-Rank channel member, Superwoman, for the support on this video and all of my videos. Please like this video if you liked it. Thanks so much for watching. Happy hunting, and subscribe so you can go on this hunting journey with me into the wilds in real life and Monster Hunter Wilds. Until next time, see you later, hunters.